Hello and welcome back to The Sky Speaks, where the atmosphere isn't just a topic, it's a conversation. Today, we're diving deep into the ever-shifting tapestry of weather, climate, and celestial rhythms. I'm your host, Ethan Calloway, and I'll be your guide through today's atmospheric phenomena. Let's begin with the national outlook. Across the northeastern corridor of the United States, a sophisticated system of low-pressure air masses is spiraling inward, bringing with it relentless cloud cover and intermittent rain. These showers, though mild in intensity, are expected to linger well into the evening hours, thanks to a stagnating frontal boundary draped across the region. Like a forgotten curtain, meteorologists suggest keeping an umbrella handy, not for torrential downpours, but for those persistent drizzles that sneak up uninvited. Meanwhile, temperatures remain seasonally mild, hovering between 62 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, a delicate balance that's neither brisk nor balmy. Humidity levels are elevated, creating that heavy, damp feeling often associated with early autumn afternoons across the Midwest. Skies are clearer, but that tranquility belies the lurking presence of a cold front. Descending from southern Canada, this front is stealthy and sharp, expected to slice through the heartland with precision by late evening. Residents of Chicago, Des Moines, and Kansas City should anticipate a dramatic temperature dip of nearly 20 degrees overnight. Accompanying this cold intrusion will be brisk northwesterly winds, gusting up to 35 miles per hour. These winds, though fleeting, may disrupt early morning commutes and cause momentary power outages due to weakened tree limbs. If you're planning an evening walk, be sure to bundle up. It might feel more like early winter than late summer. Let's shift westward to the arid expanse of the Southwest, where the sun continues its reign in an unrelenting blaze. Phoenix, Las Vegas, and parts of Southern California are experiencing a heatwave that borders on oppressive. Daytime highs are surging past the 110-degree mark. With minimal nighttime relief, the desert air is bone dry, amplifying the intensity of each sunbeam and leaving no moisture to soften the impact. Health officials advise residents to remain indoors during peak heat hours, hydrate frequently, and avoid strenuous outdoor activity. Even the cacti seem to wilt under this prolonged solar assault. Now, journeying up the Pacific coast, we find a contrasting narrative. San Francisco is cloaked in its classic maritime fog, drifting in from the Pacific like a soft gray shawl. This marine layer, cool and persistent, creates a surreal, almost cinematic ambience across the city's iconic skyline. Temperatures here are unusually cool for July, barely touching 60 degrees Fahrenheit. To the north, Portland and Seattle are receiving gentle but consistent rainfall, nourishment for the towering evergreens that dominate the landscape. These showers are part of a larger moisture plume originating from the Gulf of Alaska, signaling the unofficial start of the Pacific Northwest's second rainy season. Farmers in the region are rejoicing, as this early moisture bodes well for the autumn harvest. Let's not forget our friends along the Gulf Coast. There, the tropics are stirring with subtle menace. A cluster of thunderstorms, currently disorganized, is showing signs of cyclonic rotation near the Yukon. Peninsula. The National Hurricane Center is monitoring the system closely, assigning it a 40% chance of tropical development over the next 48 hours. Should this evolve into a named storm, it could pose significant threats to coastal cities from Galveston to Pensacola. Residents are advised to remain vigilant and review evacuation protocols, just in case the situation escalates. On the international front, a monsoon surge in South Asia is causing widespread flooding across northern India and Bangladesh. These rains, though vital to agriculture, have exceeded normal levels by over 40%, inundating roads, displacing thousands, and straining infrastructure. Humanitarian aid is being mobilized as meteorologists warn that precipitation will continue unabated for at least 5 more days. In stark contrast, parts of Europe are locked in a persistent heat dome. Cities like Madrid, Rome, and Athens are experiencing consecutive days above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, coupled with drought warnings and water usage restrictions. Wildfires have ignited in southern France, forcing evacuations and straining emergency services. It's a vivid reminder of the extremes that climate variability can impose. Meanwhile, across the southern hemisphere, Australia is enjoying a relatively tranquil winter season. Sydney and Melbourne are basking under crystalline blue skies, with cool, crisp air and light coastal breezes. Temperatures remain stable, and overall atmospheric conditions are described as picture perfect by local meteorologists. Let's now turn to the upper atmosphere, where jet streams weave a complex pattern, influencing surface-level weather far below. This week, the subtropical jet stream has dipped unusually southward, dragging cold air into regions unaccustomed to such chills. In mid-July, scientists are observing this anomaly with interest, as it could signify broader shifts in planetary wind circulation influenced by Arctic warming. Looking ahead, the 7-day forecast reveals a potpourri of weather phenomena, from hail in the Rockies to fog in the Carolinas. The country's meteorological quilt remains richly textured. In short, expect the unexpected. Before we close, let's reflect on the poetic nature of weather. It's the most democratic of phenomena. It affects everyone, regardless of wealth, status, or geography. It humbles us, reminding us of nature's rhythm, power, and unpredictability. Whether it's a sudden gust of wind, a sunbeam breaking through cloud, or a thunderclap that rattles the soul, weather speaks. And when we listen, we understand not just the sky, but ourselves. So until next time, stay curious, stay prepared, and remember, the sky is always speaking. Are you listening? This is Ethan Calloway, signing off from The Sky Speaks.